Okay, so any question today before
Uh,
we start?
yeah, just a kind of recap of that
Mhm,
what I mm, names like Snowball,
mhm,
Snowbell, Storage Gateway, uh, Glacier. So I've read a bit about. I didn't get chance to do lab
mhm.
today, but
No
yes,
problem.
definitely I will try to do this tomorrow.
Mhm,
So I've gone through EC2 container service.
mhm,
So EC2 container service is a kind of a Docker container, right?
mhm. Yeah.
Allow us to easily run distributed applications. So
Mhm.
I just want an example of EC2 container service. So quickly, you can give me an example.
So container service, like you are deploying any container like Linux operating system or Ubuntu, you are deploying and on those containers you are deploying your microservices. Suppose
Right, right,
Amazon or anything, same thing actually. Clear or is still
right,
confusion?
right.
Okay.
Okay. Next is Elastic Stock. Elastic Beanstalk is uh, means what we learned yesterday. Uh,
Kind of web apps, web apps.
okay, web apps. Any
Mhm.
example of AWS Elastic Beanstalk?
So in web apps, like suppose you have any application. So
Mm-hmm.
like my see the my company website actually. So this
Mm-hmm.
kind of website, right? This will be
Mm-hmm.
also treated as a web application if it is hosted within your Elastic Beanstalk, right? Kind of web
Okay.
application. Okay,
Okay.
simple.
So
Yeah.
what is difference between Elastic Beanstalk and Lambda then?
So actually, Lambda is for automation
Mm-hmm.
and doing the automate the things, right? So in Beanstalk, you are going to deploy your application. That is application layer, web layer, application layer, right? Lambda is kind of framework, okay, where you are going to do this lot of automation for your applications, for your EC2, for your EC2 container service. So through Lambda, you can run code by automation to the all the compute services. Okay,
Right.
Lambda will be used for automation. So take example. Suppose you already created EC2, means server you already created, right? You want to
Right.
take back of the server or you want to take a snapshot daily. So manually, what you will do? You will go to the EC2 instance and you will click in snapshot, take a snapshot. But what Lambda will do by writing one, two liner, three liner script, it will create your snapshot on daily basis automatically. Getting my point?
Right.
So in Windows, do you know task scheduler?
Yeah, yeah. Scheduled jobs.
Schedule the jobs. Yes. So you can compare with that, but it is very powerful. Lambda. It's not only scheduled task only. It is very powerful. You can use for your Linux workloads or Windows workloads. Anyone actually. Okay.
Right. So can we explain or term Elastic Beanstalk as a deployment service?
You can say as a like a web tier, you can deploy by using Beanstalk any application like hosting of service as a IaaS services, the monolithic environment, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. Next is CloudFront.
Mm-hmm.
So as we learned yesterday, um, CloudFront is basically example of CloudFront is like Netflix, Prime Video, right? Uh,
Yes. CDN.
CDN,
Hmm.
Content Delivery Network.
Right.
CloudFront is basically content delivery network.
Right.
Right. So this is clear to me. Elastic file system. It manages all file storage infrastructure for us.
For
Elastic
your
file system.
servers, for your EC2, right?
Right, right.
Yeah.
Glacier is kind of larger version of S3. Can we say?
Yeah, yeah. Glacier is for archival, actually, backup
Right,
data.
right. So, yeah, but kind of for storage the data, right?
Yeah, storage data, correct. Yeah. So S3 is for small requirements like
Right,
S3,
right,
and Glacier will be used for large storage capacity.
right, right. That's why I told that larger version of S3.
Hmm.
Next is Snowball.
Mm-hmm. Snowball, actually, yeah, Snowball.
Snowball. BALL. SNOWBALL.
AWL, yeah.
Okay. Uses physical storage device to transfer large amounts of data between Amazon Simple Storage means S3 and on-site data storage location.
Yeah.
So how we will give example of Snowball?
So, like Snowball is for, like, suppose you have to transfer the data. Suppose
Mm-hmm.
within the AWS cloud means, suppose you have to transfer data from S3 to Glacier. Let's take example actually. So suppose you are working on some project, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you are dumping your all the scripting, coding on some files, right? So after some time, when your project got completed, right, you don't want those storage, those scripting and everything into S3, right? You want to
Mm-hmm.
transfer into your Glacier, because whatever you see, you have to understand the costing, pricing.
Right.
S3 will be very costly. Your Glacier, so you're eating something, because I think you're not able to focus actually.
Yeah, I am getting
Yeah.
a bit confused, but getting.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll do session from tomorrow onwards, okay? 8 a.m. Morning,
Yeah, yeah.
you will be fresh mind. I will be also fresh mind. So we'll try to
Right,
understand more actually, because you are very tired from your office work, right? And even you
right,
have to
right,
take your dinner or something like that, right? Some breakfast or dinner. So I can understand that, right?
right,
So
right,
that is also very important, for our, we should have our dinner by before 8, right? So
right,
just,
right.
yeah, that all those things are good actually. So that's why I'm planning to, change it to morning times. Okay.
No issue, no issue. We'll do in morning.
Yeah. So we have a snowball. So it's through a snowball
Mm-hmm.
is like give you medium. It's a tool kind of, which help you to transfer the data. So like suppose you have to transfer data from laptop to your mobile device. You are going to use USB, right?
Right,
So snowball is kind of USB. It's a software USB. Okay.
right, right,
Through which you are going to transfer the data from S3 to Glacier, Glacier to S3, and also from S3 to your on-premise environment also.
right.
Okay.
Okay.
And what is the storage gateway?
Storage gateway is basically used in kind of virtual private network, right?
Mhm.
Means connect on-premises software with cloud-based storage. We use a storage gateway.
Let me explain you. because your understanding is not good actually.
Mhm.
Explain this. Actually, it looks like since last 10 years, it didn't upgraded yourself.
Right, right.
Yeah, now study and because it's very tough. So see, IT is like you have to learn every day, every hour,
Right,
right? To be
right,
to, to be relevant into the IT industry. That's a problem actually.
right, right.
So, suppose your this is your AWS cloud and this is your on-prem data center. Okay,
Right.
and this is your another data center DC2. 100 GB storage is on your AWS cloud, 50 gig GB is on your data center one, and 50 GB. So suppose you have application hosted on AWS through WinStack, any web application, right? Which has backend. Are you seeing my this white?
Screen, yeah, right.
Yeah. So web application it has 100 gig actually storage, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it has 50, it has 50. Now this application is also using this storage. Means one web application is hosted here as for load balancing, right? We have here.
Mm-hmm.
So storage gateway will be doing, by through API or any connector, it will be communicating here, it will be communicating here, and everything is managed by storage gateway. So if you have hybrid environment, so you need storage gateway to get communicated all the storage available within your cloud and on-prem also. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right, right.
Okay. In database, it's your baby.
Yeah, so database, I think we need to discuss.
Mhm. You tell me what is RDS. Yeah.
RDS relational database, it's I think it's short form of RDBMS, right?
Kind of, yeah.
So
So
means
suppose you have Microsoft SQL or Oracle. So those
right,
DBs
right.
RDS.
RDBMS.
Yeah. And what is DynamoDB?
I have heard name of DynamoDB, but exactly not aware about this.
What is NoSQL database?
NoSQL database means kind of stateless.
Mm-hmm.
So no transaction mechanism, no
Mm-hmm.
rollback, no referential integrity, no. Yeah. So means there is rule of RD business, CRUD, crude rule. So that is not being followed by MySQL.
Means no schema,
Right.
no data modeling,
Right.
no structured query, no
Right.
specific table or row. No. So actually, the benefit of NoSQL is you can use it without having, uh, any challenges for specific schema or data modeling or all those things. So this is really very good database nowadays, and every company is using. And sometimes it's also free, no license, open source. Okay.
Right. Right.
So in SQL, Oracle, you have to buy licenses.
Right. Right.
Here, you need not to buy the licenses. All those databases are open source databases.
Right.
Okay. What is Elastic Cache?
Elastic Cache. Uh, Not exactly aware about this, but kind of stretchable memory
And focus on in-memory caching mostly.
in memory caching. Kind of
Yeah,
Redis. Redis.
Redis. Yes, Redis. Yes, it's kind of Redis, and just elastic caching is there. What is Redshift?
Not aware about this. Data
You know,
warehousing. It's
uh,
related.
yeah, big data or
Right.
Hadoop kind of thing.
MongoDB. Big data. MongoDB.
Yeah, yeah. So if you are going to do data analytics,
Mm-hmm.
you have a warehouse, and so your Oracle and SQL has limitation, and even
Right.
NoSQL database like DynamoDB or MongoDB has limitation, but Redshift can have big data actually. So your database size will be petabyte, terabyte, anything you can hold on, right?
Right.
And what is DMS?
Uh, it's migration service. Data
Yes.
migration.
Suppose you have to migrate your database from on-premise to your
Mm.
AWS, or within your AWS, you want to change some, from, from X database to Y database. So all the migration activity will be taken care by DMS.
Right. Right. Right.
Okay. So here is your developer tools. Now you tell me what are those things actually. Code commit.
Right.
What is code commit?
Code commit kind of source safe management like Git, right?
Yes. So, like Git and GitHub.
Right.
So that is third party tool, right?
Mhm.
Open source
Right.
tool. And this code commit is AWS native tool.
Right. Right.
Okay. And what is code deploy?
Code deploy for deployment of build like Octopus.
Mm-hmm.
Not is it or I'm wrong?
Yeah, same. Code deploy is kind of octopus only, right? Just to
Okay.
deploy, automate the deployment.
Right. Right.
So code deploy is there. And what is code pipeline?
uh, Building there is a pipeline mechanism to deploy code from uh, means source safe to servers. There is a pipeline mechanism, so this might be for the same purpose.
Yeah. So do you know about CI/CD pipeline tool?
Right, right, right.
What
CI/CD
is
pipeline,
pipeline tool? What is?
continuous integration, continuous deployment.
Yes. So this is like uh, AWS specific name, code pipeline, code
Hmm.
deploy, code commit. Okay.
Right, right,
And
right,
we are going to focus on this because this is kind of DevOps tool actually somewhere, right?
right,
So
right.
we'll be on that also to make sure that we are, we have idea about how we are going to use our CI/CD pipeline tools, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about management tools?
CloudWatch.
Mm-hmm.
Its monitoring tool like Grafana and Javix.
Yes.
CloudWatch.
Correct. Next.
CloudFormation. Create and manage resource with templates. What is this?
So actually, you heard about ARM templates,
No.
Terraform?
No.
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 So actually, what it will do, it will create your templates within the JSON file.
Right, right.
Okay, it will create your file in JSON,
Right.
and that templates you can use for your deployment. So you can use that, and you can deploy your CI/CD pipeline thing actually, right?
Right. Right.
Next.
CloudTrail.
Mhm.
Track your activity and API uses. Uh, mm, 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 mm. It's kind of I just guess it's like New Relic or App Dynamics. Is it?
Kind of, yes. You can relate that. Yeah. Just to uh, track the, track the users, actions, log management. Kind of New Relic. Yeah, correct. Next.
Mm. Config.
Mm-hmm.
Track resource inventory and changes. What is this?
So, you are using ServiceNow or not?
No, we are not using ServiceNow.
What CRM tool are you using? Salesforce.
Right, right,
Salesforce.
right.
So in Salesforce, you must have seen like what are the inventory of your resources, right?
Right.
And suppose any inventory means your server details, your application details, your database details, right? And if any changes are there, those will be managed by your configuration.
Right.
Okay. Next.
Ops works. Automate operation with
Chef.
Chef.
Hmm.
Ops works. So maybe for operation team, right?
Yeah, kind of day of steam, you can say. So, you know Windows patching?
Right. Yes.
What is Windows patching?
Means we time to time we upgrade our operating system uh,
Mm-hmm.
released by Windows. So our team members do this frequently.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So same ops work manage the complete patching of Linux, Windows, all sort of operating system. Okay.
Right. Maybe some other activity also could be
Yeah.
part of this.
Including patching. Yeah.
Right.
Next.
Service catalog.
Mm-hmm.
Catalog create and use and standardize products. What is
So
this?
actually, keep in mind, Tarun, because
Mhm.
AWS is changing their products weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually. So you need not to worry about the name. So what you
Mhm.
are seeing in the catalog might, when you log into the console, you will see it by different name. Getting my point?
Mhm. Right.
Because there is a DevOps model is going on. DevOps, Scrum Master, agility is there, right? So
Mhm.
everyone is agile and things are changing like anything, like a rocket, like kind of ISRO or NASA. So every
Right.
day
Right.
see the news, NASA launched satellite, ISRO launched satellite, kind of, right? So
Right.
actually, in the same way, our cloud technology or our IT services are changing like anything. So you have to be in the same speed and you have to join the same boat. If you will not sit on time the same boat, you will be into the backward place. Getting my point?
Right. Right.
So
Right.
join the boat and feel like you are also with the IT services and you are boating yourself, you are streaming yourself with the flow of the IT services or flow of the river or flow of the ocean, right? Getting my point?
Right. Right.
Yeah. So service catalog is like AWS marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
So in Amazon, what do you do? In Amazon application, I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking. In Flipkart,
Right.
what do you do there?
Uh, in Amazon or in Flipkart, we do shopping of various type of products.
That's it. Same thing.
Okay.
Okay. You
It's
go and
service. It's
service catalogs is there. There is a Azure marketplace. You can use those product and you want to buy online, you buy there and use it. as per your requirement. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And what is the next?
Trusted advisor.
Mhm.
Optimize performance and security. Okay.
So it's kind of security tool, right? Which is kind of antivirus,
Mm.
we all the servers and laptop, desktop, we have seen like antivirus is there, right?
Right. Right.
Make sure that anything is not, good in good shape, something is phishing or something is not as per standard, so it will be alerted as a virus kind of, spamming.
Right.
So all those things managed by trusted advisor. Okay. But don't focus on these words, just try to understand the terminology, because in console you are going to see altogether different thing. Okay.
Right. Right.
What is next?
Identity and access management.
Mhm.
Identity and access management means it's manage user access and encrypted keys.
Mhm.
Means user management tool.
Same like
Right.
IAM, right? IAM,
IA. Right.
RBAC,
Right.
role based access control, RBAC. So users, groups, and also whose you are going to provide the access to access your AWS management console or your database. So in database also, you provide the access as a system owner or DB owner kind of, right? So all those
Right.
things will be controlled by your IAM, identity and access management. Next.
Directory service. Host and manage Active Directory. Okay. Active Directory management tool.
Yes. Same like Microsoft Active Directory. Next.
Right. Inspector. Analyze application security. So it's also security tool like Trusted Advisor.
So yeah, trusted advisor will be doing the security for all the devices, all the
Mm-hmm.
servers, all the your devices or servers EC2 kind of. But this
Mm-hmm.
inspector will do the security of your application,
Right.
okay?
Right.
Your web services, your web application, your application tier, web tier, right? What is next?
Right. WAF.
What is this, sir?
Filter malicious web traffic. Okay.
Mhm.
So
What is full
it's
form
kind
of
of
that?
WAF.
Web application firewall.
Web application firewall. Oh. Right.
Okay. So actually, it manages the traffic of
Mm.
your web, of your application. What
Right.
traffic will be allowed, like inbound, outbound, with port number. Okay,
Right.
I have
Right.
question for you, Tarun. What is SQL
Right.
injection?
Yeah, so in SQL injection is like breaking any SQL script, like uh, we write delete from particular table, right? And
Mhm.
if we write code in such a way that if anybody can use some script to delete all record from that table, so it's kind of SQL injection. So that's why in SQL inline query is advised to avoid, right? And another is like using some angle bracket and some other things which SQL treat as a SQL injection. So we should avoid those keywords also. So all these
Mhm.
are kind of thing which could break the SQL script.
Right. So actually, the WAF, web application firewall, it is
Mhm.
going to also control your SQL injection problems.
Right, right.
You can apply rules, you can apply that firewall rules within the WAF to make sure that no SQL injection, malware, or any a policy violation happened, right?